Hi guys, I had to start over. I already started and did a few minutes, but I didn't have my microphone on me, so you wouldn't have been able to hear it very well. So I'm going to start over for you. Even though I did all of this already in the beginning, we're going to do it again. So let's go ahead first and take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Okay, lots of love and blessings out to you guys. Hope you're all having a great day, and I'm so glad that you're here with me. Thank you for joining me. I already rolled the die, but I'm going to roll it again, but I will tell you what came up. It was Pluto, Virgo, and the number 10, which is destiny. The Virgo energy is very much of purification, which we're at the last day before Lionsgate, so it's like an etheric year at graduation. So again, clearing out the old for the new to come in with the new moon and Lionsgate tomorrow. And Pluto is of profound transformation. So there's profound transformation here at this Lionsgate. Everyone feels it. It's very different than all other Lionsgates, although they're always very significant. There's something new about this one. And then we have the 10 of high vibration and spirits connecting with me and your destiny. I am going to roll it again, just since I had to start over. Maybe there was a reason for that. All right, now we have the 3, which is the Empress Gaia coming together in joy. We have Taurus here, which can represent something very fixed or stubborn. And then we have the moon over here. So again, the new moon is tomorrow, so very significant regarding the new moon tomorrow. And some very stubborn energies. There may have been a lot of fire and frustrations coming up recently, but now it's turning into the stubbornness of Taurus, right? So going from the Aries energy of just being rammy and going out there without looking first, and then now the Taurus, which is more fixed and stubborn about the way it does things, but Taurus is very good at long-term things because they don't let go until it's done. And regarding the new moon here. So let's see what that has to do with. I'm going to show you the pictures of the reads. So I have 2 messages of the day. I have a union read and a twin flame read, and whatever messages are coming through. If you want me to do a meditation, I will tomorrow, probably around 11. It can be 11:11. It doesn't have to be Eastern Standard Time, or East, whatever we're in right now, actually. But 11:11 East Coast. If you want me to do that, I will. I want to go through all the chakra systems, and I'm going to pull a tarot card and an animal spirit card for each chakra system to see what kind of energies we want to pull up from each. I will clear whatever I feel in my field, but mainly just that meditation to really, for you to go into each chakra and really feel what's in that chakra that you still need to clear, what's still in there. And at least go through the 7 chakras. I might do the high heart as well. So if you'd like me to, please comment below. Let's get into these other reads here. All right, so we have the union read here, which is the 4D, 5D, and 6D, divine feminine on the left, masculine on the right, the bridge between them in the middle, incoming divine feminine, outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies and the closing energy. This is the Syrian starseed deck. And remember that the Lionsgate has to do with the alignment of the Earth with Sirius and the central sun. Here we have the regular twin flame read, again the Syrian starseed deck. And then we have the full 7-deck read, which you see in front of you. Just clear that up a little bit. It is a lot of energy. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. If you want something more specific, you can schedule an appointment with me. My information's below, but also on my website, twinflames3344.com. I also have a CD out there called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe. If you want to check that out, it's only $1 for a song. It is on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and CD Baby if you want to check it out. And that's a great way to support me. It's only $1 for a song. And then we have first message of the day I did last night, and second message of the day I did this morning, and that's the Lenormand Reverie. And so let's get going with this. All right, first message of the day was at 9:32 last night. 9 is the Hermit, 32 is the Journey and the Journeyman, right? The Journey card is about the one who comes in at the end of the war with the good news that the war is over. They're getting lots of attention and success and leading the way with good news. And the underlying energy here was the Fish, which is abundance, and the first card out was the Whip, which I also see as the rod and staff, and then the Key also came up. By the way, the Gatekeeper was coming up. The movie that came up on my feed last night that I watched was The Net, and that was all about the Gatekeeper program. So again, the gatekeepers, the 3D and 5D gatekeepers of the twin flames, the rod and staff unions, and here we go with this message. So abundance and flow, cleaning up to be free. The child flew or got stuck on a rock, riding in with good news, a letter or sealed document about the cross to bear or religious commitment, the ruby stone and the ruby red slippers. So again, the ruby stone has to do with the circle of trust tomorrow, right? The fire, the ring of fire, the circle of trust, the commitment of the ring. But again, the ruby stone references the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy clicking her heels, right? Because there's no place like home. The circle of trust, the family. The ring of fire, getting through the maze to the central sun with direction, open-ended and taking a gamble on the man with the chip on his shoulder perhaps, or perhaps in his head, or in the lead. With gift or child's gift or gifts from the family, growth into an institution with the luck of the mama bear coming off the poles. So here's the Sophia energy coming out of the cold water of the poles, and this has to do with the polarization and the shifts going on, out of the cold water onto the ice after a long hibernation, because it was a late spring for the bear coming out this time. We were just getting information last month that now is spring, that the polar bear is just coming out of hibernation now, so it's a very late spring, to choose a new path and commit to deal with the petty annoyances in order to get through, exposing obstacles of community power ladies, perhaps one with a snake or poison between them, the power man and the power lady, both with perhaps a gambling issue, or gambled and ate the poison, or feeling like it's a gamble one way or the other. The child with spiritual gifts or gift of maturity with wise old owls in the family or galactic birds in 5D connection, or receive new data, a lucky break, or dictating research or an autopsy report, pinpointing the new moon tomorrow with the Lion's Gate, being home or in union with twin bridges and a breakthrough with puppy or puppy love, taking the lead, cutting through the BS in public about toxic energies and well water and masks, delivery, nesting, and the golden egg, looking up at the stars at the Y in the road, examining the anchor and cutting cords, perhaps with the fox chase, which is the rider chasing the fox who's looking back at them, and two as one in a breakthrough of timelines and lines collapsing, for the loving man and the loving lady are both vaults in public and looking back. So again, keeping to themselves, hush, hush. So and fox chase was coming up a lot here as well in the recent past. And there's actually a fox chase cancer center near me. So I didn't see anything specific in the news about that, but the fox chase also represents the chase of the union. So the second message of the day here was at 11:33 this morning, which is justice in the 33 of the Christ vibration. The underlying energy was the scythe, and the first card out was the mountain, and then the anchor, separating the wheat from the chaff, making cuts, a major anchor that needs to be cut, dead weight, as the 5D connection with the child or doctor's appointment, taking a rest or a break, preparing for the new ride, acceptance, gift, and or travel, flying spaceships or pie in the sky without an anchor, in need of knowledge to crack codes and expose and energize, enlighten the family to abundance and flow, to detox the establishment, the institution or hospital, with loving lady thinking of a child and the fox looking back at her, leading toward a meet or public place for a gift of direction, travel, UFOs, and looking up while resting with the nesting with the golden egg, Deliverance with the mama bear. And again, the Sophia energy, pushing to open a door to new realms. The dream family, the ring of fire, 8-8 and Lionsgate, and the commitment to unravel confusion and collapse institutional timelines at the new moon between mother and child, with a breakthrough of the fox chase and public information of good luck, a gift of a homecoming, travel, perhaps good, perhaps releasing of a home and petty annoyances, or kids or pets who are making a mess, cracking codes of polarity and shifts, and twin bridges to the loving man, exposing his new path. 2 as 1, the star couple, the galactic love, after journeying through the family tree with abundance and flow and commitment to community, with Lion's Gate and detoxing confusion as the Power Lady looks on and outside as the wise old owls are grounded and flying, looking closer at the details of the moon cycles and water purity and moving to the country perhaps. Clearing deep wounding and burdens and the luck of the draw, taking a risk with the Power Man, living multidimensionally along with the nest and the little critters, and frustrated spiritually with the multiple faces perhaps of a pup or a child, or the innocent, and this was at 12:21, the innocent or loyal friend who's now cracking the whip to open the gate to freedom. And here we have the gatekeeper. Okay, so now let's get into the union read. All right, so the union read was done yesterday at 2:48, which is 2 of the High Priestess, 48 of the 8 of Cups, walking away and within. And yesterday was the 6th, and today's the 7th. So we have the 6 of the Lovers going to the 7 of the Chariot, which is also the vehicle of ascension. It's literally the feminine within the masculine, and then rising together. The day yesterday was the Sun of the 19, and today is the Judgment card of 20. So we have the 7 of the Chariot and Judgment, which is the wake-up call, which makes sense because the Chariot's all about ascension as well. So the 4D, 5D, 60 union here for today started out with the Knight of Swords and the underlying energy. The Shadow is the central energy, which is also a web in this deck. It's called the Shadow. And the closing card is Ascension. So again, today all about ascension and the wake-up. The 5D messages being sent from under a tree, the Shadow Web or Lion's Gate and Ascension, sending an orb and catching the world with a safety net between them like the flying trapeze. The incoming Divine Feminine here is the 9 of Pentacles, Luna and Justice, the Sovereign looking at crystals in the Garden of Eden, which also is E's den, the Lion's Den, and wondering what to do with energy for Lion's Gate, sliding in at the new moon at 8-8 to blind Justice in the portal without using their eyes, ringing a bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling, sending the Knight of Swords and the Sovereign, receiving. It's like the Knight of Swords is sending and the Sovereign is receiving the new moon's truth and balance here. The 4D here is the Sun, the 5 of Wands, and Transition, which is the Death card. The Divine Feminine with Pegasus, and again, Peg is the ingredient in the V's that you can be allergic to. So if you have allergies to those things, and you may not know if you have an allergy to those things, but the Peg has been coming up a lot. So it's Pegasus, Peg, as us, the US as well, flying across the sun, love and marriage, right? So love and marriage, and the winged messenger of Mercury, of rod and staff unions. And I didn't know, but there's something astrologically about Mercury right now in, I think Mercury's in Leo as well. That's what it was. It's 1:11 on the clock. So this came up before I knew that. So the winged messenger regarding Mercury of the rod and staff unions, as Mercury's in Leo right now, and dealing with communication. The Divine Feminine leaping in front of the Sun, Sirius Sun, right, which is our central sun. The Divine Masculine walking through the transition portal, seeing the light, her bright light on the other side, right? So we reflect our sun, which is the masculine sun, to the central sun, which is the feminine sun, bridging in waves of lighters, like in concert, under the humid sun or hot hazy sun, which can reference your sun, or Jesus, or the suns in the sky and spirits connecting with me. The 5D here is the 7 of Cups, the shadow, and the 6 of Cups. The divine feminine ascending 2 by 2s with synchronicities and circular energy, roundabouts. An accordion, collapsible, like chopstick holders, those paper holders you make. The divine masculine inner children in a loving embrace, holding and never letting go, with the circle of love around them, bridging in the web, the lion's den of Sirius sun, and facing the shadow side, which is your other. The 6D here is the 10 of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Wands. The divine feminine ending pain and suffering in silence, purging or perhaps a massage, where the worst is now over and going into the bliss. The divine masculine Page of Wands idol with flame that she wants back. Bridging with the Ace of Wands, igniting new passions. The divine feminine fully energized, happy and exposed, climbing the stairway to heaven for bliss, where the divine masculine is in transition, the end, dark night, to the inner children in the astral realm, hugging, and him trying to manifest the divine feminine, begging for it, begging for their flame back. The bridge here is drama, crowds, and as the heat rises, and conflict does too, the shadow bounces, the net, as the 6D flyer is ready to jump for the crowds, with 5 to catch them on the other side, just like on the flying trapeze, right? They have the net to catch them if they fall, but there's also 5 supporting them on the other side to catch them if they make it across. It's like receiving someone when they get across, dark night of the soul. So the outgoing divine masculine was at 314, which is Pi, the 3 of the Empress and Gaia, of coming together in joy, and also of siblings. And the 14 of the Temperance card, which is that higher love. And this is Pi, which is the circle, which is the human embodiment of Source, with the line down the middle, which represents balance without the dance. The outgoing divine masculine here is the Knight of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Chariot. Proposal to the Emperor, or proposal within reason, to get in the Chariot quick and ascend and complete the cycle. So again, there could definitely be a lot of unions coming together here. The divine feminine in Cancer, Libra, and Leo. The Knight of Swords and the Sovereign here as well. The divine masculine side has Scorpio, Aries, Cancer, and Pisces, with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles on their side. The only energy between them in this union read is Capricorn energy, which could be the shadow. The overall number for this read is 38, which is the Queen of Cups, who was very significant in the read, and she was upright. But the Knight of Cups is reversed, and I believe the King of Cups was reversed too. So the feminine energy is upright here in her loving, kind, intuitive energy, and the masculines in their emotional energies are reversed. So either feeling rejected or vulnerable or jealous, or the schmoozer energy. There could be depression and alcohol energies coming up. So again, you always hold space for each other when the other one's going through it. So the horizontal pillars came up here as 11, 13, and 14, which is justice, the death of the death card, but also change and transition. And then the temperance card of the 14, which is all about patience and balance, and that higher love, taking one step at a time and alchemizing or blending the energies back and forth. It's the dance. The vertical pillars came up as 9, 17, 6, and 6, which is the Hermit, the Star, and 2 Lovers, or the 66 of the Queen of Pentacles. And the messages were coming up as truth and balance in transition through the ego, death, dark night, of the temper of the Queen of Cups. Okay? So her having cleared out her dark night, and as the masculine goes into his, or has been recently, the other side comes out as the Hermit Star with 2 lovers, but that can also be 2 loved ones, or the Hermit dreams or heals with 2 lovers or 2 loves, which can be the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here. So the divine masculine here, or excuse me, the twin flame read here was done at 3:33. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't it. The twin flame read here was at 416. We cut the deck here at 356, which is the 3 of the Empress and the 56 of the 2 of Swords. That was the cut of the Syrian Starseed deck, and I completed all the clarifiers at 416, which is the Emperor, and the 16 of the Tower. So we have the 3 of the Empress with the 2 of Swords being in her knowing and keeping to ourselves, and the 416 of the Emperor with Tower events and drama going on, or epiphanies. We have the major arcana of guidance, which is the Hierophant, and that was it for the read. So the main energy is that energy of the Hierophant in this read. Before the read, the Starseed or the Fool came up, and after the read, the Tower and Abundance is the Empress in this deck, came up. We had 4 cups, 3 wands, 1 pentacle, and 2 swords, so mostly cups and wands here, so a lot of emotions and passions coming up, getting really busy physically, but also showing emotions, which can be a really positive thing here, especially when you're getting going physically. And then very little work-related energies of practical day-to-day, and then swords more than that. So perhaps a little bit of intellectualizing. I was actually doing some legal paperwork this morning, but that also can be being too much in your head a little bit. So, be careful of that. We have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups in the read, as well as the 9 of Cups, which can be a person. And before the read, the Knight of Cups came up, and after the read, the King of Pentacles. So we have 2 kings, a queen, and 2 knights. So the numbers, we had triple 4s was the most significant, which is the angelic realms, triple 4s, and that's a lot about stability, survival. And then we have triple 8s, which is 4s is manifestation of survival, 8s is manifestation for your dreams. We have 3s of both of those and 3 1s. It was crazy. 3 3s. It's so rare to have 3 numbers being repeated 3 times in the same read. That's kind of crazy. So triple 1s, which is the new start. The 4s of manifesting survival, the 8s of manifesting your dreams. So a lot of stability in doing the dance. And we also have the 89 of the Phi energy, expanding and contracting, or in the middle would be then reflecting, which is the reflection of the human body temperature at 98, which is very calm but not expanding. It's like the pi versus the Phi. So the code line here is all about creativity, and creativity was broken down into creati, and viti. And the number on the code line was 99, coming from 94, 1, and 4. So the code line messages regarding creativity were the 5D AI, a hermit, emperor, wise one, perhaps experiencing God after death, so somebody could have had a near-death experience. And then with the Ace of Cups, a new love here, and bridging, grounding, integrating, and mastering love with sweet creativity. And that could be buying a creative suite as well online. So maybe you just bought a new program. To go, to use your third eye, to do the dance between your masculine and feminine. Also to go to your eye and dance. There may be a 94-year-old you're dealing with, or you're dealing with a schedule that's from 9 to 4. Dealing with the wise one and God, and after death, receiving love. And again, after death has to do with transition and transformation. It doesn't mean that you're dying. It has to do with the end, because even when you die, you're not really dying. You're just going into another dimension that a human can't see. So the 5D teacher, the farmyard, the mammy, and ouch, 9 to 4 with the wise chief gardener of heart, bridges the board star. There's also energy of grounding, integrating, and mastering love with the star's life story. To beat soon. So you might win something soon, or maybe you're going to beat drums soon. It's coming up in a positive way. Also to know life and to climb the ladder quickly. All of these energies were coming up here in the code line regarding creativity. So there could be a 94-year-old. It can be a schedule of 9 to 4. 9 and 4 can also be the hermit and the emperor, right? That could be the emperor with his wise counsel, and also the collective consciousness and the wise ones. There could be 2 counselors here, the hermit and the sage, which can be a queen. So there could be two wise counsel around the emperor, or that can just be Hermit and Aries right there. And again, someone could be getting gadolinium. Offering self new love and bridging by grounding and integrating and mastering receiving of love, especially regarding being your own star and doing it creatively. Also, creativity is coming up. Viti is coming up as vite in French, as quickly. So be the Christ ray, source, creation. Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't looking at it that way before. So the C of the Christ consciousness, the ray of the REA in creativity, Christ's rays, and then TI means source, energy, and then we have vite or viti, quickly. But it's also about being creative. So using the Christ ray and source quickly to create. So we start out here with the Nine of Cups upright. Get your wish card here, self-satisfaction. And below it was the Eight of Wands upright, the Knight of Cups reversed, the Ace of Pentacles upright, the Starseed upright, and the Ace of Swords reversed. An energetic exchange. And the Knight of Cups offering love and a big offer for a fresh new start, perhaps in a split or divide, or in need of the whole truth and clarity. Getting your wish, self-satisfaction, with the King of Wands upright and the Queen of Swords reversed. Perhaps he is excited and she's not wanting to talk anymore. And the Knight of Swords holding their tongue with the Queen of Cups upright, who's holding a chalice while the Hermit holds their lantern or holding light. At 6:54, which is the Lovers and the message of the Page of Swords, this can also be the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups are done their conversation. Or the King of Wands is upright, done talking to the Queen of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Cups upright is done talking to the Knight of Swords reversed, and this can represent the masculine and the feminine with their separate children or people around them doing the exact same thing at the same time. The Hermit backing up the Queen of Cups and shedding light down below on the Queen of Swords reversed. After sexual exchange, lovers of the King of Pentacles with soulmate or kids holding back an announcement at the present, or holding back an announcement about a gift or psychic gifts. Depressed bird taken down by a lover or Gemini, dumping a load, burden, or responsibilities, or just taking a load off. A hard day's work. I'm getting the Beatles. It's been a hard day's night, right? So that's coming up. There could be a competition or a hot day at the beach, where you feel like you survived the day. It was really hot. There could be a leak in the ceiling. Someone may have taken down the field or just feel very accomplished at the end of the day. They feel like they earned their rest at the end of the day. There could be a takedown or a wrestling match. Oh, which is so funny because, that came up with my son yesterday about wrestling. I'll tell you about that later. We'll see what happens. But then confessing a loss of hope behind that smirky grin. Coming together for good cheer to find peace with soulmates or kids and inspired at the end of the day. Digging out the crown or garden or taking a trip to the country or to take a boat ride. Or excited the kids are away at camp so that you get some time alone, or that you're excited that you actually got along with everyone and you didn't know if you would. So romantic feelings comes up here, and beneath it, keep an open mind, right? Because your soulmate may differ from your usual type. Rejected or jealous or insincere schmoozers hanging out with ankles crossed, being inspected inch by inch. To end the nightmare, free to leap with a secret passion, or Pisces reversed, purging and walking that fine line with a snake at their heels. The dark priestess without keys, or secret passion here. No more black cat getting between them, or voodoo queen is coming up here. And right here in this area, we had Pisces and Capricorn energies. So that voodoo thing isn't going to be for everyone, but it definitely will be for a few. Synchronicities comes up here with number 87. And beneath that, karmic completion with number 10, which is destiny and a turn for the better. We have the Fool, free to leap, tempted by the Holy Grail, the King of Wands dumping a load, or saving for a new life. Perhaps they're not sharing, or perhaps they're in debt, and dealing with inequity of a bliss situation, or all must go, or money grubbing hands, holding back time, money, and effort, now that the worst is over with the little rascals. Or there's an imp and a doe, right? The one who is just very sweet all the time, but perhaps can get on your nerves because they always want your attention, or the imp who's always into things and, getting into mischief. And we have Aries energy here. Bliss of getting your wish, dumping a load, and inspired by secret passion and synchronicities. Trapped with the Page of Pentacles in exile together, or destitution of lovers out in the cold together. Going forward after this read, the energies were starting over, hanging out, dumping emotional attachments, or EAs, and satisfied but vulnerable, getting over loss and or regret at 720, which is the 7 of the Chariot, and the 20 of Judgment, which I didn't even realize is that energy of today. The Page of Swords, it's 1:27 on the clock, by the way, and 31:07 here. A lot of sevens came up. 1 is the Magician, 27 is the Ace of Wands. So the Page of Swords is stepping up after a sudden event, epiphany, or sex, or sexual energetic exchange, with the Devil connection, imbalance, or overworked and sovereign and rising above, awake. And perhaps the guilty party meeting up with the Knight of Wands for an exchange or a legal or immoral deal, or somebody could be going out for a drug buy as well. Okay, some kind of addiction or codependency there. So 723 is the Chariot and the King of Wands, or as one gets up or goes out, the other goes to bed, tired with leftover stuff to do or answer emails. So again, this can also represent a couple whose one works all the time, the other one doesn't work. So now that the kids are raised, they go out and do whatever they want. So there could be some resentment there. The recent past here is the 8 of Pentacles reversed, overworked, hanging out, getting over it, being present in the now, kids, sunshine, exposure, and uncomfortable for the wounded warrior with conditions or emotionally unavailable or drinking here. The world is complete with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, dysfunction or loss, or perhaps a big purchase and coming together for a celebration of life, or perhaps a funeral service or another kind of service, but some kind of transition with Dark Knight, Capricorn, or Pisces. Leo is also upright, Pisces upright, and Scorpio upright here. The foundation, dumping responsibilities with a divorce or a break. The King of Swords reversed with clarity on depression, now that the worst is over and bliss is setting in. The central energy of the Knight of Wands, sexy with slow burn, on guard of their affections, or bodyguard to their lover, defenseless to energies of the Queen of Swords reversed, healing the Emperor reversed, who may be out of control or not well, with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, which can be the world as well, and their dysfunction or loss, attracting strays and thieves, pushed to their emotional limits or financial limits, purging or dumping a load in release of energetic exchange. And that can be the arrows of love as well. The challenge being here, the Ace of Cups reversed, dumped, again, dumping a load, purging, overwhelm, the Hermit looking at their choices offered, the King of Pentacles and Sovereign making an offer to Hermit. So the King of Pentacles and Sovereign can be a couple, it can be a father and child, or it can be just two earth signs who are standing side by side, either friends or partners at work, making an offer to the Hermit with the light, which can be wise counsel, it can be an old man, it can be a Virgo, it can be any professional really. So we have the Page of Pentacles, a good student, who may be the top pick, who's frustrated, unable to understand why the King of Pentacles and Sovereign went with the Hermit. Injured and left behind by satisfied or arrogant person, or the King of Pentacles, Sovereign, and Page of Pentacles, which can be a father and two children, or a couple and their child, or an opportunity, an invitation. They're all, if it's 1, 2, or 3 people, the King of Pentacles, Sovereign, and the Page of Pentacles, the one or all are frustrated, or just not aroused or excited about this victim mentality, but those who are happy with themselves. So that could be in choosing someone. If someone's getting hired, they don't understand why they picked the other person. The Queen of Wands reversed with new information, that knocked her off balance. No more fantasizing with lovers in exile, extending an olive branch in a happy ending, with the Queen of Cups, patient angel, in a higher love, with the Queen of Cups being spiritual and or divorced, receiving a Fool now who's free from the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and finding peace with the Hermit, or a changing of the guards. Or is the Queen of Cups for one, and is the Queen of Pentacles reversed for another, right? So someone identifying their different personalities depending on who they're dealing with. The now moment here is the King of Wands shaman, upright, happy, with the Queen of Wands reversed, left behind, which also is representing the Atlas energy of the Ten of Wands, leaving the wounded warrior behind, finding peace after a sudden event, epiphany, or perhaps sexual experience, the patient angel off path into a higher love, finding peace in the whole truth and leaving behind others' messes for them to clean up in order to experience bliss, paying off an Aquarius reversed, or to the King of Wands to hold back an announcement or eat their words. The King of Wands is overworked to make their family happy, with the Empress reversed, High Priestess reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, and King of Swords reversed, with Fantasy Divine Feminine in the 5D and Sovereign obsessing over cutting cords of their connection. Depressed and unable to fend off unwanted advances, holding on and being practical, in a split with the Knight of Wands, with the Fool coming to the rescue, breaking patterns of rejection and jealousy, of vulnerability, and released by or from energy vampiring, only confessing after the fact of spiritual connection between the Queen of the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, who is reversed at 753, the Chariot and the Knight of Swords. And the Fool or Aries is free from the Queen of Pentacles reversed now, or back from vacation. Or grown kids of divorce and the Queen of Pentacles reversed are free now, with the Hermit being back or finding peace in their freedom. Soon here's the Eight of Swords reversed, no longer hiding in the downturn, but building momentum on a quest in the pursuit of happiness. Dark Knight and the Knight of Pentacles, could be two separate people or one, in transition of the Grim Reaper and the Loyal Humble Servant, with an offer at the new moon, 8-8, getting bigger by the minute, leaving conflict behind, twin flames seeing themselves as the Queen of Cups, loving, kind, and intuitive, starting over, ending the nightmare, purging in the Chariot, more powerful than the Leo reversed or ego reversed, kids are a pet, choosing a new path or rising above, with the Page of Cups message of love, or it could be a child as well, and the Page of Swords stepping it up, perhaps spreading the word. And that can be two children, the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. Or they're only messages of love and good news coming in, with Leo reversed, and that could be ego death as well, and Cancer upright, perhaps Pisces too here. Again, you have children that they are affecting your love life, and to release your ex are the energies coming up here in the underlying energies. Around the twins are how they're seen, or not the underlying energies, rather, those are the cards that came out for the twins. Around the twins are how they're seen is the guidance card reversed, so no guidance. Perhaps at work with injustice, without guidance, or perhaps a divorce with ball and chain, or temptation waving and not sharing, or they're there to scam them or collect debt. With Taurus reversed, Libra reversed, and Capricorn upright here, the block being the Four of Cups reversed, starting over, off the island, insecure without tools, feeling a failure under the radar, or being deceptive and manipulative under the radar. We have creativity here, but even more so for the twins, completion of the cycle here, and personal growth. Perhaps the princess is refusing to wake up, and the others refusing to keep quiet. Rising above, awaken coming out, reaping rewards with the sealed divine feminine, or Pisces, or with the neighborhood or the world complete, coming full circle after a sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, dumping emotional attachments and or multiple loads, with unstable Queen of Pentacles reversed, or moving or dealing with visitors. Scorpio, Taurus reversed, Aries and Pisces upright here, the Empress reversed in lack, or how abundance. The Empress reverses in lack, or just no abundance. Or Scorpio reversed, Taurus reversed, dropping the ball or refusing to surrender, with the King of Pentacles opening their crown to the twin flame. Getting your wish of a move or visit, with the Queen of Cups divorced or without guidance, overworking or not working out. The Knight of Wands here is challenged by dumping a load or overwhelm, released from anxiety or prison or hiding in order to start over, with the King of Wands shaman, awake after sudden events, with the Empress reversed in lack, refusing to let go, with the King of Pentacles choosing a new path, perhaps the twin flame path, at 8/12, which is actually the closing of Lionsgate, because it goes from July 28th to the 12th of August. So very interesting there. So the read ended on 8/12, which is the end of Lionsgate portal. All right, let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards. We're going to pull oracle cards from the Animal Spirit deck and then from the Journey of Love. Take another deep breath. Hold on one second. Okay. I still don't have my air conditioning. My guy who fixes my air conditioning is on vacation right now, so it's very hot in my house. So I'm definitely releasing some sweat toxins, which is that part is good. Okay, so from the Animal Spirit Guidebook, what is the message for the twin flames? What's our takeaway from this read today? Okay, these two are coming up together. The Firefly and the Unicorn. And they're both very high vibrational energies. You see the rainbow of energy in both pictures. Right? This came up yesterday as the feminines, kind of the gatekeepers for the awakening of the collective. Let me see if I can clarify that a little bit. And then here is the Firefly, like expanding their energy outward from themselves, just like a walking transmuter. Okay? Again, that displacing of the dark energy, since the rainbow came into the collective, it's pushing out all the dark energy that's surrounding the planet. So it's like there's somebody else then who's out there. It's like the Firefly is clearing the dark energies around the planet as it gets displaced off of Earth. And then we have 3 cards coming up together. Or am I counting? There's 6 cards coming up together. The bottom of the deck is the Tiger. Hold on a minute. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Tiger, and beneath that is the Crow. Okay, and the Crow is that very spiritual energy again, showing that the collective is awakened now, right? The sealed energy has come into the whole world. The collective is now all awakening, and the Crows are standing guard. The Crows are standing guard, while the Fireflies are going around just walking transmuters to transmute some of the displaced dark energies, okay? And again, representing the dark energies displaced. But the bottom of the deck is the Tiger, which is the Lionsgate portal. The card in the Syrian Starseed deck is the Bengal White Tiger jumping through the Ring of Fire. So this is definitely Lionsgate. And focusing on the eye. And I'm getting like spotting too, like in gymnastics you spot the end of the beam, right, to stay balanced. And here I'm showing the third eye it's dark here with the new moon. But I'm getting the spotting of the Tiger, right? They're very focused energy. It's very easy for them to blend their 2 eyes into the one. They're always very focused. It's like laser focus coming up here. So again, the one is standing guard and the other one is like basically transmuting the energies. The same as these two, just a different combination of energies. Okay, so the 6 cards that came out, we have the Star, we have the Wolf, and the Wolf either got caught or just kind of dazed and confused and trying to be neutral. They're not sure what they're seeing, but they're not being the leader here, right? They're just being neutral. And the star tends to be superficial. So let's see what else is coming up here. We have the snake. And again, this is showing that the rainbow energy has come into the collective. It's no longer in the snake, which is the 4D bridge that's sealed now. And now once it's sealed, the rainbow came into the collective to wake up the whole collective. So we completely sealed the world, and that was the twin and starseed's jobs to do that, so that then they could start waking up the world. Okay, we're displacing all that dark energy though. You see how they all represent that same thing. And then here's like a moth to the flame, right? It's like jumping in a pool, right? When you jump into the pool and all the water gets displaced, it's the same thing. It's saying the moth to the flame. It's like, this, you can't resist this energy. You have to jump in, but it displaces all this dark energy. So all these cards are reflecting that. But the wolf is just kind of standing by, kind of mesmerized by it, or got caught off guard. And the star here can be superficial. So they don't know what to make of all this spiritual ascension here. And then we have the mouse over here who's kind of scared, right? Because they're feeling some of this rainbow energy over here around them, but they're feeling more of the dark energy still coming down them. So they may still be in depression. And then here we have the sea serpent, which is the sacral energy here, who's trying to convince these people that it's not sealed, right? But that's not true. You see, we're still in the high vibration of the upper chakra system here. So it's like, the dark energy is trying to convince those who aren't awake yet that it's a bunch of BS, right? That we're not actually sealed off, because you're seeing all this dark energy, because it's all the dark energy that got displaced by the light is supposed to be seen so that it clears, and that's a process. But again, there's still dark trying to convince those who are not convinced by the ascension, that we're in the dark. They want them to pull them to their side. So there's some who are confused, dazed and confused energy here, not knowing what to make of it all. Is it this or is it this, right? And who's right and who's wrong. So again, and I know that kind of energy has been coming up elsewhere as well, but that's definitely the energy here. Not knowing which side is which. Like who's on which side. You're not sure who's the good, who's the bad, who's the right, who's the wrong, who's the, not knowing who to believe. So there's a lot of confused people out there. And so your jobs are to really anchor down the gates and hold strong for those others you're going to end up coming to for help. And just hold your energy very high so that they follow that energy. Because it is like a moth to the light is like a moth to the flame. So all you have to do is keep your vibration high, and they'll come to you as they need to, okay? You don't have to go out searching. You certainly can reach out to someone you know, if you know that they need help, just so that they know that you're there if you need them. But don't try to convince other people. Just your light in a high vibration is enough to draw those people towards you. All right, so let's see what the journey of love has to say. At 145 is the magician and the grieving process. So there's definitely going to be a lot of people going through difficult energy. I was just talking with a friend who's having trouble with somebody. And there's a fine line here too, right? Because the normal collective, when someone's depressed, their first thing is to get them counsel and, regular counsel and drugs, which, we're hoping isn't the case. So, but you can only put your information out there. You can't force someone to receive it. So just allow people to make up their own minds, but feel free to offer the information, but don't force it on someone. It's just like the horse and the horse trainer. Just show up every day with love for them, and allow them to come to you when they're ready. Okay. It's like with a child, you can't push a child to like you. You have to just be there for them until they're comfortable with you, and then they just come right up to you. All right, so let's see from the journey of love, and Spirit's connecting with me. All right. the guardian of the soul family. So there you go again. So, you know, you guys have already been through all of this. So you know the routine, and you're just to stand strong in your high vibration as high as possible to clear the negative energies. You naturally do that just by walking around and existing, but also being there in your high vibration consciously by having a spiritual practice every day, keeping your vibe high, being loving and kind without allowing people to walk on you. And again, there's that energy in the vortex of staying calm. Being the guardians of the soul family, 26 is the Page of Wands, being inspired by the child. There's going to be a lot of awakened childs who really get it, you know. You're probably going to have an easier time chatting with children than you will with their parents. So the man of this earth, woman of the sky, which is 48, the 8 of Cups, walking away and within. Hold on, there's one more card that wants to be seen. I have to show you the underlying energy too. But this is very much, you know, this is the energy of being in the cyclone, right? In the midst of the turbulence of the 3D world. And all of these people kind of dipping their toes into the vortex. You see, they're just putting their hair into the vortex to test out the waters. So you just be there when they're ready to come in, right? When they want your advice. And remember that the man of the sky and the woman of the earth may come from different perspectives when coming towards you and walking away and within. But there is inspiration here regarding this walking away and within. And then we have the woman of light, the 49, which is the Get Your Wish card. We have the 48 and the 49, walking away and within to receive the light, whether it's meditation, through spending some time in the sun, hiking, you know, walking, any of that high vibrational energy, taking a salt bath to clear your energy. But again, receiving the light, allowing the light to come in, allowing, you don't have to do anything, but be still in the moment to allow the light to come in. This could be taking a shower too, to imagine all this white light showering down upon you. And water is so important for us now, not only drinking it, but just water in general, because that's your connection, like ultrasound gel. That's your connection to your ability to connect to the other side. Standing in mud helps. But again, water, baths. I know Magenta Pixie always talks about being in the hot tub, that she gets really good downloads or visions. And yeah, and I can say the same too. When I was doing a wrap at one point, you know, an herbal wrap, and boy, did I have a very clear vision. So yeah, the heat and the water definitely, and the sweat helps to clarify your energy. So again, there's a lot of feminine energy here as well. And that was confirmation of that. And then the bottom of the deck here is the heart of the moment, which is 16 of the Tower. So again, sudden events, drama, epiphanies, sexual energy exchanged. But again, it's red hot, heart of the moment. And God speaks, okay? Christ vibration, the hieroskamos, the cord between you and God, the alignment between Earth and Sirius, right? God speaks on this day. The heart of the moment, 16, is the Tower, the epiphany, the sexual connection, okay? That's where God speaks, where you connect with God, okay? The hieroskamos. So this day is very important. It's so important for you to trust yourself and your knowing and your high vibration, allowing people to just come forward on their own. And I do have to read to you number 26, which is the guardian of the soul family. This is you're being posted as the guardian of the soul family. You're being drawn to kindred spirits in this physical world by loving guardians in the spirit worlds. If you feel you're leaving relationships behind, do not be afraid. The space that such courageous action creates is sometimes necessary in order to have room for the new to enter your sphere of consciousness. You may also feel that somehow a relationship that seemed to be held back from you is now becoming available to you. There is a great soul love calling you into more intimate connection now. It is sanctioned by the divine. It is a karmic destiny to fulfill. There is love you're to experience in connection with particular souls, predetermined by the divine plan. If you're struggling to feel the soul purpose in your current relationships, take heart, for you're being helped by the divine guardians who understand and support the sacred purpose of your relationships. Be open to current relationships healing, whether that means improve. There's another confirmation. whether it's improved communication and enriched experience, or the realization that you have traveled as far as you can together, and know that new relationships are going to be an important aspect of your spiritual destiny being fulfilled. Trust in the divine timing of your life and open your heart to the guardians who help you with unconditional love now. The guidance of this oracle for you is that relationship healing is taking place, in present relationships unfolding, in attracting the right relationships for your future growth, and in leaving behind relationships of the past with a peaceful heart. Be gentle with your heart, beloved, all is well. The poem reads, when I open my heart, you cover me with a blanket of love and warm the silence with your caress. Words unspoken say it all, as we become more than we are alone. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest, breathe, get your joy, get your nature. Go ahead and take another deep breath. Just breathe. And rise and be loved, you guys. I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.